All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a huge challenge that so many B2B companies face. How do you take all that marketing activity you're doing and turn it into a predictable, reliable system for growth? So, let me ask you a question. Is your marketing an orchestra, or is it just a bunch of noise? Think about a real orchestra for a second. It's incredible, right? You've got all these different instruments, each playing its own part, but it all comes together perfectly to create this amazing piece of music. Now, what happens if you take away the conductor, take away the sheet music? It's just chaos, it's noise. And honestly, a lot of B2B marketing sounds exactly like that. And that chaos leads us straight to what we call the predictable revenue problem. So many businesses feel like they're on this wild revenue roller coaster. One month is great, the next is a total bust. You're pouring money into campaigns, your teams are working their tails off, but the results are just all over the place. There's no clear connection between all that frantic activity and a nice, steady stream of income. So what's really going on here? Well, the core issue is that marketing execution is just scattered. Your email team is doing one thing, your social media folks are doing another, and your paid ads are running off in their own little world. They're all in separate silos, completely disconnected. And this scattershot approach has some pretty serious consequences. For starters, your customer data is a mess. It's fragmented across a bunch of different systems, so you never get the full picture of a buyer's journey. Then, your sales team is basically just guessing. They can't tell which leads are actually hot and which are just kicking tires, which is a huge waste of time. And maybe worst of all, a potential customer might get 3 totally different messages from you on 3 different channels. It's just confusing and inconsistent. Okay, but there is a better way. There is a solution to all this chaos, and it's called B2B multi-channel marketing orchestration. This is how we finally stop making noise and start making some beautiful music. So what does that big fancy term actually mean? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's the process of getting all your different marketing and sales channels to finally talk to each other, to work together as one smart, unified system. The goal is simple, but it's incredibly powerful, to create a totally seamless, consistent, and personalized experience for every single buyer. All right, so how do we actually build this thing? Where do we even start? Well, it all begins by integrating the major channels that influence your customer's journey from start to finish. First things first, the absolute heart of this entire operation is your CRM. You have to have a solid customer relationship management system. Think of it as the conductor's podium, right? It's the central command center where every single piece of important information lives. Every interaction, every email they open, every call your sales team makes, it all gets logged right there. Everything flows into the CRM and everything flows out of it. So once you have your CRM as that central hub, you start plugging in your core channels. Your email marketing isn't just blasting out messages anymore. It's using that CRM data to send super relevant, personalized notes. Your social media, especially somewhere like LinkedIn, becomes your place for building real relationships. And your paid ads, they get way smarter, retargeting people who've already shown they're interested. When you connect all these pieces, they start working together in perfect concert. Now, this is where things get really cool. Having a connected system is great, don't get me wrong, but having a smart system, that's a total game changer. And the smarts come from something called intent data. This is like the secret sauce, the magic ingredient. It tells you not just who your prospects are, but what they're actually thinking about right now. So what are intent signals? Think of them like digital breadcrumbs that your potential customers are leaving all over the internet. Maybe they're not on your website yet, but they're out there. They're reading product comparison articles. They're looking at your competitor site. They're Googling solutions to a problem that you can solve. When you track these signals, you can pinpoint the exact companies that are in buy mode right now. So what do we do with all this awesome information? We use it to score our leads. It's simple, really. We just assign points for different actions. Somebody reads a blog post? Cool, give them 5 points. They download a technical white paper? Okay, that's more serious. Let's give them 20 points. They actually request a demo of your product? Boom. That's a huge buying signal. That's worth 50 points easy. And this is where the orchestra really starts to play. Once a prospect score hits a certain number, let's say it hits 100 points, your automation system wakes up and kicks into gear. It can automatically trigger a personalized email or send an alert to a sales rep telling them, hey, call this person now, or even add them to a special ad campaign. It's all about engaging at the perfect moment. So, okay, We've connected all our channels. We're using all this cool intent data to be smarter. But what's the bottom line? What's the business payoff? How does all this technical stuff actually lead back to that big goal, predictable revenue? So what really happens when you get this whole system humming, when every part of your marketing and sales engine is finally working together in perfect harmony? The results are pretty transformative. Well, for one, your lead qualification gets so much better. I mean, way better. Your sales team stops wasting their time chasing down every single person who downloaded an ebook. Instead, they get to focus their precious energy only on the people who are practically raising their hand saying, "I'm ready to buy." It's all about quality over quantity. Benefit number two, your sales cycles get faster, a lot faster. And it makes sense, right? You're talking to people at the exact right time with the exact right message. That just naturally shortens the whole journey from that first hello to a signed contract. And a third big win is just incredible pipeline visibility. Suddenly, it's like the fog has lifted. Because all your data is in one place, you get this crystal clear view of your entire sales funnel. You can see exactly where things are working, where people might be getting stuck, and you can make smart, data-backed decisions to keep everything moving smoothly. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Let's break it down into a really simple 4-step action plan to get you started. Here we go. Step 1, integrate your systems. Get your CRM, your email tool, and your ad platforms talking to each other. Step 2, bring in that intent-based lead scoring. Score people based on what they do, not just who they are. Step 3, put automation to work, personalizing all that engagement at scale. And step 4, and this one's super important, you have to continuously monitor and adjust. This is not a set it and forget it deal. It's a living, breathing engine that you're always tuning up. Look, at the end of the day, it really comes down to this. The old way of just running a bunch of separate, disconnected campaigns, that's just not going to cut it anymore. To win today, you have to build a unified system, one that's powered by real behavioral insights. That is the key to consistent, predictable growth. So the big question I want to leave you with is this. Are you ready to stop being one of the instruments just making noise and become the conductor? Are you ready to lead an orchestra that drives real, predictable revenue?